Welcome back. Zunera Ishaq was thrust into the public spotlight when she decided she wanted to wear the niqab during the citizenship oath despite a government ban. She took matters into her own hands and challenged the government's ban and won in the courts not once but twice. We have the privilege of having Zunera Ishaq in studio with us today. In our first interview with Zunera Ishaq, we'll sit down and get a better sense of who Zunera is and her journey with the niqab. Welcome to the show, Zunera.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So everyone knows Zunera Ishaq as a political figure during the last year's Canadian federal elections. I want to talk to you about you, Zunera. So who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your family.
Yeah. Well, actually, I am the youngest of the 9 siblings.
Wow, 9 siblings.
Yes. we are a good, large family. Me, as the youngest one, I was always being cared and loved a lot by all my older siblings as well as my parents. And I was the one who was kind of like, being the youngest. I was not stubborn kind of child though, but definitely I have done a lot more, used a lot more facilities than the older ones who were always been in my favor to give me the relaxations and then the family. So, I have enjoyed a lot the love and the care by the family, alhamdulillah.
And where does your family live?
In Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah, I am from Pakistan. My hometown is Multan. I born there. I got my education there. After my marriage, I moved to Lahore, Punjab again.
And what's your education studies in?
I actually studied masters in English literature.
Wow.
And then I continued with my career as a teacher in Pakistan. I did my professional education there as a teacher, and then went to the educational field for a couple of years before coming to Canada. So I was being the youngest. Actually, I always remember that it's the nice experience because
you get everything.
You get everything. That's true.
And what about here now?
When I moved here, my oldest son was only 11 months. We celebrated his first birthday here, and he started walking here. A lot of memories about him.
Yeah.
We moved here, and then I got my 3 boys here.
Wow, so you have your hands full.
Yeah, it's almost.
Let's focus a little bit about your journey with the niqab. So why do you cover your face?
Well, basically, I started wearing it at a very young age. When I made this choice of wearing the niqab, it was quite strange in my own family as well. Because in my family, my father from a very high class in Pakistan, back home, we were divided in the class levels. Being the bureaucrat family, it was not acceptable for my family to wear the niqab at that young age.
How old were you?
I was only 15.
Okay.
And that was my 11th grade when I started taking it, and that is totally out of the inspiration of one of my high school teacher, English teacher, and she was wearing it, and at that point of time I realized that this is not the only thing which the backward people wear or do. So out of inspiration of her niqab, I started taking the niqab, and no other reasons I found that time. Basically, no religious obligation. I didn't find that it is kind of religious. I just took it out of the inspiration of my English teacher, as I thought that until that point I was ever like being told that this is the thing which the backward people, the low educated people, they wear it in my country.
So this is how you were raised when you were growing
up? Yeah,
that was okay.
My family, all my uncles and the close family circle, all in the high class status, nobody wearing it and nobody liked it basically at that point when I started taking it. And my mother was quite like, she tried to make me convince that it is very young age, but my father was not like, he was in the educational field as well, so he never like told me anything to do or not to do, but he just mentioned me that I should think about my choice logically. So anyways, at that point when I started taking it, I did not think about the religious perspective though. It was only the inspiration, and later on, after my father's advice that I should think into it and should at least know why I am doing it, then I definitely started the study, and then I finally found that it is a religious obligation, and I started taking it.
So tell me a little bit about the religious obligation. Why do you see it? Just so viewers can understand why some people
yes.
choose to cover their face.
Yes, actually, there is still the difference of opinion, and I definitely have found that out that time when I was studying about it, about the niqab, should I wear it or not. There was a difference of opinion clearly mentioned, and alhamdulillah, the Islam is a religion where everything is clearly stated, So it is being told that there is a choice. You should go, you can go, or you cannot, you might not take it. So, but the preferred opinion which I took, because I was really feeling that within me, the thing which makes me inclined towards the fact was that I should cover the face, because it is more, in my understanding at that point, and even now, that it was that it is also included with the appearance which should be covered by the scholarly tafsir of the Quran. So I started taking it, and later on, when I got married, my husband, even he was alhamdulillah from a good family, good background, educated person. He also asked me the questions about it. Would you wear it all the time? This, and
so let's just pause here for a second. So did he want? Did he want you to wear it or no?
Well, basically, he was in the joint family system. According to my understanding of the niqab, I was actually supposed to wear the niqab, or at least cover myself properly within the house when the non-mahram, the people who are not related to me, are there in the house. So as I told you that he used to live in a joint family, so a lot more male people were there as well. So he was afraid, basically, totally afraid.
So this is very different than the perception we see in the media, right? Where it seems like it's always men. But this is very interesting.
Yeah,
you were here advocating for the niqab, and he was worried.
That's true. He was actually worried totally. Like, would you wear the niqab in front of my cousins when they will come? And they were having a concept of family where the cousins were all welcome anytime, and there is it's okay, in the back home we have the joint family system. The joint family system means that everyone is welcome anytime during the daytime, right? So his cousins used to come to visit his mother very often, and after my marriage it does happen as well. So once his cousin was at the house, and I was definitely at home alone with my mother-in-law, nobody at home. I had to entertain him as well, asking after all, offering him something, being the host, right? So I was there with the covered face, and for the first minute, the brother asked me, who are you? And then I introduced myself that I am the wife of Ishaq, and oh, okay, you are the wife.
So it's interesting that, did you find, I guess when you start wearing the niqab, it seems like even within your own circle in the Muslim community, it wasn't received so well.
It's not at all received well within my family, basically. My uncles, they clearly told my mother, my mother's brother, that we are not accepting this feature in our family, and especially when we will be in the family gathering, we cannot bear her with this, the face
So
covering.
how did you deal with all of these, challenges where you're doing something for yourself, and obviously it seems like the community wasn't very supportive? What was it that kept you going?
Basically, I would say there was a point of in my the training or the upbringing from my parents, that they made me a strong person from a very young age. Although my parents did not really like it, my decision and my wearing the niqab, but my father did not ever object it, and never asked me to, he never tried me let down, due to my choice. He said, it's your choice. If you understand why you are doing it, and it is no, and you have full faith in your practice, you have the choice to do so. So he never made me, and it was the general ruling in our home when I saw everyone making their choices in my home, and everyone have taken whatever they wanted to go and to try on. So basically I believe that was the training and upbringing from my parents' side, which made me that strong, and that even my as I'm telling you, the mother was actually facing a lot of pressure from her family, but she never mentioned to me that they do not like you in this getup. So she only told me that that what you are doing is not very common in the family. The family members are not really happy with you, but it's okay if you have made that choice and you are firm on it. We have no objection.
Wow, it sounds like a a Canadian story of like rebelling and wanting to dress a certain way.
That's really wonderful that my parents, being educated like couple, they provided me the basis on which I ever really found myself very strong. Like I never had been pushed to make any decision. It's always been given they always gave me the choice to choose from which I should take or not.
And what about over here in the Canadian community? When you go out to the mall, when you go, drop your kids off to school, how's the response been?
Basically, I think I should say I used to imagine that the Canadian family is educated family, so and the educated circle, that's why they do not basically get any effect from this getup. But later on, during my battle, I basically realized that there is a lot different perspective, which I was not conceiving that time, and I was like, but I still, I would like to say that whatever they had in their minds, they never showed up. They never showed any kind of discrimination to me due to my getup or the choice I made for myself. They were all generally public was welcoming, loving and respectful.
And what advice do you have for people, especially nowadays? You mentioned, especially during the political campaign, there was a lot going on, and even now it's challenging. When you see people with symbols of faith, like you cover your face, I wear a headscarf, we have Sikhs who wear turbans, what advice do you have for people who do wear these symbols of faith in a time where discrimination and Islamophobia is very common?
Well, I would only like to say it is the the time when we need to be very cool and calm. If we are very firm in our belief, in our faith, what we are doing and practicing is the point of faith or point of whatever feeling we have in ourselves. If we are strong enough, then we should remain calm during the time when it has been. I know nowadays it is very hard to keep yourself calm and cool, especially when the waves of the Islamophobic Islamophobic racism are getting stronger. But I would only like to say that this is what Islam teaches us. It's not only the Islam, I believe all the religions teach the same thing, that we should respect each other's differences, keep calm, cool, and love each other. This is how we can this is the only tool through which we can survive in the community peacefully.
Thank you so much, Zunera. Definitely a calming and cooling effect you have, and a very strong personality. Thank you for sharing your personal story with us. Hey YouTube, we hope you benefited from this video. If you liked it, or if you didn't, let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more, check out some of our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.